Hello there, YouTube. How the hell are you? My name's Vac, and most of you will know me as a Marvel Strike Force streamer, but at my heart, those of you who've known me a long time know that I am a PvP MMO player at my core. And so today is the first day of beta for Crowfall, a new PvP/RVR MMO that is releasing in the imminent future, but I imagine probably 6 months or more away. But I gotta check this game out. So what we're gonna do today, we've all caught up on our Marvel Strike Force for the moment. We're gonna check back in on the war later. But so today's stream I'm gonna dedicate to checking out this fantastic, well, at least theoretically fantastic game. And so, fantastic. Sorry, I forgot to mute that earlier. So, what we're gonna get into today is making a character, although I've already knocked one out. I'm gonna show you the different classes and races that are available in this game. And then we're going to move forward with the character that I intend to play through the beta and start leveling them. And we might hook up with Red Tall later and do a little duo action with his druid. I'm not sure. So, but first I've got to catch up to him. And yeah, what's up, Joshua? I think I do have it figured out. I just had to set up a new scene in OBS basically. And what I still need to do is design a new overlay to to accommodate this new screen layout, because I'm playing this full screen on my ultra wide monitor. So there's going to be a lot of, like all this black around here, like that's, so I'm going to have to fill that up with most of the overlay stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'll design a new overlay for this game, but I just didn't have time to mess with it tonight. So getting on into it then. What we're going to do is there's 3 options here. You have Eternal Kingdoms, and that's kind of, where you design your own house. You get your own little pocket universe basically, and you can just make it your own house with some wilderness around it. You can set up a guild keep of some sort, or you can open it up to the entire game and let people use it as a trade hub and things like that. So it's all up to you. It could be just you in one house, or it can be all of your friends and a major hub in the game. I mean, it could go either way. And then, of course, you have God's Reach here, which is where you basically do some PvE, you gather resources, and you learn the game. And that's where the questing and the new player experience is at. And then you have the campaign maps, which we'll get into later in the beta. And that's the RVR, the realm versus realm combat. So we'll get to that down the road. Right now, what we want to do, first thing I want to do, actually, is I want to cut that music volume way down. Way down. All right, and I hope that's not reverbing on you. So, hello there if you're just joining us. My name is Vac, and we're playing some Crowfall tonight, first day of the beta. You might know me as a Marvel Strike Force streamer, but this is what we're going to be doing right now. I'm not switching over to this full time just yet, but it's a possibility in the future. So anyway, we're going to go into God's Reach. And this is the character we're going to be playing, a dwarf cleric. But just to give you a little look here, we're getting a little choppy. This might be difficult. This might be the perfect time for me to set up my 2-stream setup. So anyway, the races that they have, and there's a bunch of really cool ones, is you have centaurs, you have Elkin, which are, deer people. You have the Fae, which are, fairy-touched, fairy-blooded people that have wings, and they are really cool. And that, just game-wise, they get a double jump and a glide. Really cool stuff. You have the Ganeshans. These are these little hedgehog-looking guys that can burrow underground. They have kind of a racial stealth if they're standing on dirt. You have half-elves, which is just what it sounds like. half giants, which is kind of the biggest race in the game. In a game full of big races. You have the high elves. You have your good old humans. Minotaurs. It's a pretty cool looking race. They get a charge ability. Pretty badass looking. And you can just, of course, randomize this, but you get to do a full-on character, build once you get farther into this process. You have the Nathari, and I swear I don't remember what their deal is. The Stoneborn is what I'm going to be playing. This is kind of their version of the dwarf, but they're an asexual, non-reproductive race of people they're like a magical people made from stone, and their beards are actually made from roots. It's pretty cool, like tree roots. And then, of course, you have your wood elves, because, you can't have rangers without having wood elves, right? And those are the classes that you get. You get assassin, champion, which is like a melee DPS. You get cleric for a healer. Confessor is like a fire wizard. Druid is a flexible caster class that can be either a healer or a DPS. A duelist, these are really cool. A duelist is actually a pistol-wielding stealth character. Frostweaver is like a frost mage. Knight is a basic tank. Myrmidon is a dual-wielding DPS character. Ranger is pretty self-explanatory. Templar is like a paladin class. It's a very tanky, healy warrior in plate that can heal the group. So anyway, that's the basics. Moving on from there, we're gonna back out of this, and we're gonna go level this level 1 cleric up. I hope. I've been getting a could not reach chat server aborting message. Well, we might be sidelined by technical difficulties right off the bat. This is the one we want. We're trying to get to the Earth Temple. Huh. What seems to be the difficulty? Well, I only know of one way to fix that, or to try to fix that. And that is a restart. So bear with me, this will just take a second. I was looking to see if there were any firewall messages that were holding me up. But that doesn't seem to be the case. I don't think, at least. I am not getting a Windows message about it. So, shit. It's not even letting me log back in now. just shut down the launcher altogether again. Betas, man. I am sure that their servers are getting slammed in a way that they're not accustomed to right now, this being the first day of the beta. But this is the first time I've ever had difficulty just logging in. Here we go. Now this is a much more serious game in terms of CPU usage than Marble Strike Force is, and that's even taking into account that BlueStacks is a hog when it comes to resources. So what I might have to do is I have an extra PC back here. I might need to set up a 2-PC streaming system where I'll play on this computer, stream with the other one. We'll see how it goes. All right, so this should be pulling me back up now. There we go. Let's see if we can get in game, shall we? And it may well be that we cannot. But we hit the chat server this time. So we'll see how this goes. It did persist in my settings. I'm glad to see that. The music isn't blasting anymore. But we might be loading for a minute. We'll see how this goes. Let's give it a little time. We'll chill out here and we'll get swifty. Oh, it seems to be it's not me. The chat is saying that everybody's having the same trouble. Well, if that's the case, then they probably have had a server crash. So here's what we'll do. We will cancel this for now. And instead, we'll switch this over and do ourselves a little Marble Strike Force, shall we? And then maybe after we get a little blitz rotation in, we'll try again. What do you say? So for those of you who tuned in for Crowfall and Crowfall alone, I apologize, but the server doesn't seem to want to cooperate at the moment. So we're going to kill 30 minutes or so messing around in this game, this is Marble Strike Force. This is a mobile game that is a hero collection kind of strategy game. Very fun. 5v5 fighting for the most part. But yeah, we got a war going on here. Let me check that real fast. Like I say, we'll just kill half an hour and then come back around and see if they've got their server situation straightened out over there at Crowfall. Maybe I can do something with these guys. 423,000. Let us too be seeing just what my my new symbiote team can do with this. Swole, what's up? 6v5 soon. That's a good point, Joshua. What's happening, Swole? Come on in, let's get swifty.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
All right, so. Well, I've already got a 5 red star ammo. And frankly, I paid way too much for it. All right, we'd like to get at Thor. Well, if we can't, getting at Hela is the next best thing. There's a Thor. We're held off though, so let's go ahead and drain some life. Let's, well, we're going to be pissing Thor off with this. There he comes. Knew that was coming. Start buffing up. Symbiote's still looking good shape. Hela's holding up. Not as well as we'd like, but still. There we go. I knew that would either get rid of her or make her stealth and lose the taunt one way or the other. Let's try to get a stun on Thor. I have a lot of confidence in this symbiote team. Oh sure, I mean right now there's only really 3 of them. When they get a full team of symbiotes, if the other 2 are as good as these guys, then look out. Look out. So if you're just joining us and you're looking for the Crowfall Beta, my apologies, but they're having server issues right now. So we're killing about 30 minutes playing some Marvel Strike Force, which is a game that I've been streaming for several months now, and I've been playing for about 2 years. Now I'm interested in making Crowfall my next game, but first I want to put some time in on that beta and just exactly see what we're working with there. So anyway, that's all the attacks I want to make on this particular part of the war. We're out of energy anyway. So we're going to back out of there and let the rest of the Mortys handle that. And we'll go put in some blitz, because I have not touched it. We get a rotation in, maybe a partial rotation, and then we'll at least get all the milestones, and then we'll go check out Crowfall Beta again and see if those servers are up, because that was disappointing. We didn't even get to. I was in there earlier, but I didn't do anything. And now that I'm ready to do something and we're on camera, their servers are down. So that's betas for you, man. It's only going to pick up and get worse, so they're going to have to get their tech ready. Because, I mean, there hasn't been a game like this one in a very long time. It's going to bring in a lot of interested parties. And today is the day that most of them are really going to hit the game for the first time. So, you know, it could have easily been foreseen that there were going to be some issues with people flooding the server. Just the number of people that were in the alpha over the last couple of days was way higher than normal. So you could tell that there was some interest. But that's what I want. That's what I want. I want them to get their tech straightened out. But this kind of game, a PvP MMO, is only made better by more people, right? I mean, there's no way that running around looking for a fight is better than just having people tripping over each other everywhere. That's the way to go. You don't want to get into a situation where you're running around empty zones trying to run into another group. Like, yeah, that's not that fun. I mean, it can be a little bit, but it's really not that fun. All right.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
Alex, welcome back to the stream, sir. So we're just rolling through. We're gonna try to get the free gold basically out of these milestones. Since we have a minute to kill, it seemed like the server was down hard on Crowfall Beta, so we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that shortly. And then I've got a dwarf cleric to build. I think what we're gonna do is everybody that's in our group, it's so quick and easy to level in that game that what I really want, I think, for optimal group composition, you can have up to 5 people in a group in that game. And so what I'd like to see is that everybody I'm not sure what we're gonna call the guild. We're probably not gonna stick with Mortytown Locos, but we'll come up with a new awesome name all the same. And when we get her going, I think what I want to do is I want everybody involved to have 1 healer and 1 damage character, and that way we can take 3 damage, 2 healer on any particular group, no matter which 5 people we get together. That's going to be the goal. Alex, Crowfall is an MMO, a PvP MMO that hit beta today. And I'm gonna play it and check it out and see if it's something I want to play full time. So for right now, though, we're just since they're having technical difficulties and we couldn't get onto the server, we just came here and we're gonna do some blitzing. But we'll go back after we do a little of this and check that server again, because we do want to get going there. Now there are some skills in that game that level. I don't know if anybody's ever played a game called EVE Online. The economy in Crowfall is very similar to EVE Online, very player driven. And one of the ways that it's similar is that there are skill trees that you can work up on your character that are not really tied to a character. They're tied to the whole account. Every character on the account shares them. And the way to level them is not through XP or anything you do in the game. You gain skill points to put into these skills over time, like real time, whether you're online or offline or whatever. So the earlier you get into the game and play, the stronger you'll be in that regard. So well, I hope you didn't miss the Black Bolt event, Alex. But I started thinking that maybe it was time to look for another game. The day they announced the release of Dark Dimension 4. And so that was like, oh man, that really gave me a sour taste. Everything that's been happening since Scopely took over does not fill me with confidence. So I was like, well, all right, if something new comes along that looks like it might interest my friends that I originally started the Mortytown Locos with, then you know, I might look at that. And when this beta was announced a few days ago, Red Taw, one of the guys who used to be my second in command on the Locos, Red Taw, you know, sent me a message about it and was like, "We should check this out." And I was like, "You know what? You're absolutely right." So we're not gonna go switch to it full time just yet, but we are gonna try to kind of spatter in some Crowfall gameplay, let you guys check it out while I check it out, and see what we all think, right? Now, this is a game where we're going to be building and leading armies. So there's really there's no limit of 24 people or whatever that we can have in our circle or our guild or whatever. So we're going to try to put together a massive alliance of players and build a city and a kingdom to rule over, and we're going to go fight in wars and assault keeps and use trebuchets and other siege equipment, and you know, we're going to have master crafters that are going to be cranking out weapons and armor for our army, and it looks interesting. So if this beta plays out as good as it sounds and looks thus far, it might be something that we move to full time when they hit for full release. It is certainly being a subscription model. There's not much of a free to play option, but on the whole, it's a way cheaper game to play for me. Because there are things you can buy, but it's largely cosmetic stuff. And not too much that really helps you directly in combat. So everybody, whether they're a whale or whether they're free to play or whatever, or close to it, everybody's on the same or relatively equal footing. I understand, Alex. I understand. Well, I'm still pretty good at Strike Force, but I am looking for the door. I love the game. I still think the bones of the game are solid, but the pay model is a bit predatory, and it's just getting to be a bit much. And then when they said, "Oh well, we're going to do PvP down the road," but hey, Dark Dimension 4 is coming, I was like, "Fuck you." That was basically my response to that. So I'm looking for the door. That was I read that blog and I was like, I don't understand how they think this is a good thing to tell people. Ugh. So like I say, we'll get maybe a half to 3/4 of a rotation in, about a half hour of play, and then we'll go back and after we get all the milestones, we'll go back and check out the beta and see if that's straightened itself out. Well, I assume so, Alex. You're here. So I know we're all Marvel fans, but I hope that at least some of you can get into some high fantasy PvP action, because that's going to be getting into the mix. So that says, poor timing. Poor timing. We wanted to start streaming the beta, and almost immediately the servers went down. And
in bird culture, this is considered a dick move.
What are you going to do? Minecraft is a game that I wouldn't mind playing again one day, but I'm gonna need a lot of my friends to be down for it. I like to do it as a group experience, and I'm not in a big rush on it. Right? I'm certainly not in a big rush to stream it. I'm really, for going from Marvel Strike Force to anything, I would really prefer to do something new, right? And there's certainly nothing new about Minecraft. But I hope you enjoy it, buddy. I'm a big fan of the game, no doubt. I've certainly made my share of auto farms and dug enough tunnels down to bedrock and we were kind of joking. Redton and I were messing around in the Crowfall Alpha last night, and we were kind of joking that, like, what is this, Minecraft? Because you can chop down a tree and logs fall out. You know, you can knock. You know, you can take a hammer and break up a rock, and you know, boulders fly out that you can put together and use for crafting. And the crafting interface is not too dissimilar from a crafting table in Minecraft. So we were kind of joking around, like, what is this, Minecraft? Like, it's like MMO Minecraft, and it is that way a little bit, right? But really what they're emulating is a game called EVE Online. Oh, there we go, we got all the milestones. Okay, so let's grab our stuffs there, and then we're gonna go back to Crowfall and see how we do. Blood owl, oh, transition, no fade, real noobish, whatever. We're gonna live with that. So let's see how we do logging in. That went very quickly, so this might be a good sign. Let me swap this back over so I can see the chat. All right. So here we are, Crowfall Beta. We're going to go into God's Reach. And let's see if we can load. Here we go. Here we go. They got it fixed. That's perfect. So we're going to start playing this dwarf cleric and start getting him leveled up and show you, you know, the quest lines that they've got set up for a new player to level them and teach them the game. And honestly, after that, there's not a lot of questing. It's not like WoW where it's just quests for days. It's just you do enough quests to get you to max level, and then you go fight people and you gather resources and you craft and you build a kingdom. So here we are. This is Vakon, the dwarf cleric. Ignore that. So this guy is the first guy you talk to when you pop into the game. His name is Giuseppe, and he's a hamster priest. I don't know any other way to put it. So he wants us to go and talk to the tree sentinel outside, the earth sentinel, excuse me. And we can tell that this is nearby because you can see it very much is reminiscent of World of Warcraft in its design. This is a place called the Earth Temple. It's kind of the starting newbie area. All these people you see running around here, these are all players. Big bada boom. That's not something they would name an NPC. So anyway, this big guy over here is who we're looking to talk to. This is the Sentinel of Earth. So that's giving us some attributes, some points to put into our stuff. And we're going to talk to him. Alright, so now I know that I can later pay to respec these attributes and talent points if I don't like where I put them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, because of this is part of this quest, right? They want me to spend these points. So what I'm going to do is I am going to spend them on Spirit, which is something I know I'm going to want to max because that adds to support power, and support power is basically your base healing, and this is going to be a healing character that I'm playing here. Now you can see here that there are food bars you have to eat, and that's part of crafting as well. And then of course there are talent trees for every class in the game, and this is a no-brainer, right? There's only one option. We have to take this Hand of the Gods power, and what Hand of the Gods does, if we can mouse over it, is it holds enemies in place and inflicts some damage upon them. So it's basically what you would call a root spell, and you know, for a lot of people, or I mean that's what most people in the lingo of the MMO would call it. All right, so then that opens up more abilities that we can buy later, like empathy or consecrated armor. We're probably going to go empathy, just for more healing, but I'm going to start looking up builds and see what more experienced cleric players from the alpha have to say about that before I make a final determination. Today we just want to start rolling through these quests because they're pretty easy anyway, and just get a look at the game. So now that we've spent those points, we're going to go back and talk to the Sentinel. Alright, so he wants me to go talk to a guard captain. Then I can see from, if you look on the top here, right, over here, or maybe over this way. If you look on the top, I think it's over this way, there's a compass up there. It has a cardinal directions, north, west, south, and east. So you can see there's a question mark 160 meters to the west, and that's the guy he wants me to talk to. So we're gonna run over there. We got a little barrel roll button, right? We can pull this up, of course. You can see our intelligence, strength, dexterity, spirit, and constitution. This is our paper doll over here on the right, where we're going to equip all of our gear. And it's got stuff like disciplines and armor statistics, various traits that we can have a look at on the character. You got a spell book that you can pull up and see what you want to use, you know, which racial abilities are important to you, etc., etc. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters, Alex. It's sometimes the real-time reporting of those numbers can be a little funny. So anyway, you get a quest log. If you get lost in what you're doing, you can always just talk to Brack Lion Shield. We know that's what we want to do. And then you have these real-time skill trees also that are building up points over time. And then you can spend those points on crafting and harvesting and combat and all kind of different things. So when we're in this screen here, we actually have a cursor that we can move around, and this is where we're going to, you know, put together our skills and talents and things like that. But pro tip, you just start running, and once you start moving, all that goes away, and you can get back to playing the game. So the guy we're looking for is right over here. I can see the big question mark and a book above his head, right? It's very similar to World of Warcraft. Now the story here is is that there are millions and millions of fantasy worlds all across the cosmos, and you were a hero in one of those worlds, but you died. And the gods decided to use you as one of their servants. They basically enslaved you. And what they're doing, you don't remember anything right now, and you're going to slowly remember as we go through these quests. But basically what they're doing is they're going to use you as like this eternal warrior to fight their wars for them. And they're going to reincarnate you into body after body, world after world, and fight these campaigns over land and castles and things like that. And there'll be a new campaign every month. And then there are persistent PvP areas where you can fight just guild versus guild battles. But when you do the campaigns, you choose the side of order or chaos or neutrality. There's three ways. There's three fights, three factions. But then, of course, there's a persistent world where you just fight guild versus guild over resources and stuff like that. So anyway, this guy's talking about our lost memories. A pack of wolves is harassing these refugees looking for an easy meal. If you're looking for a fight, that's a good place to start. Don't forget to equip your weapons first. So we have already equipped our weapons and our shield. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to run out here and we're going to kill some of these wolves that he's talking about. And these are the newbie monsters, right? So of course there are players all over them. Let me help this guy out. So that was one of the 5 that I needed. We'll grab the loot real fast. And I'll keep running around over here looking for wolves. A lot of players doing the same. A lot of times in the first day of a game like this, you know, it can get a little crowded in some of these newbie areas. You can see dead wolves everywhere. Look at all these dead wolves. Trees over there, but we don't have an axe to cut them down yet. Come on, wolves, where are you at? I see dead wolves. But I see players standing around them, so we need to find a little spot of our own with a camp we can kill. Or just wait for those guys to kill them and move off, because you only need to kill 5 and then you can move on to the next thing. There's some wolves over there. I think. Gray wolves, that's what we're looking for. So we're going to cast that root spell and hold him in place. And then we're going to throw hammers at him. Grab the loot, keep rolling. We don't have any heal spells yet, but that's coming quickly. You see all these trees sparkling right here? These are trees you can cut down. Get yourself a little wood. A lot of players, not enough wolves. I don't know why more people... Well, I think I do know it's because these servers just opened back up. So a lot of people are playing for the first time right now at this moment. But eventually people quit killing wolves and they work their way over there and they start killing deer. Of course, you can tell that some of these players are just out for resources. And they seem to largely be killing whatever's in their way from tree to tree. There's some more wolves over there. Let's see if we can make it over there before this guy finishes cutting this tree down. Alright, that was his kill, but that did count toward our 5 wolves that we needed. So, let's head back and turn that quest in. A little later into this, we'll actually get some that'll get us some more stuffs. Now these are all this is mostly crafting gear that we're picking up. Oh, hey Wolfie. Mostly crafting gear that we're picking up. And if we had a skinning knife, we could skin these wolves and take their leather as well, but we don't. So we don't want to linger there for very long because that's going to be a crowded area all night as people either mill about in town or go out there and kill the starting mobs to learn the game. So anyway, nicely done. You're not half as rusty as I expected. Wolves chewed you up a bit, eh? You're mortal again, which means you can bleed and die. Sure, it may not be permanent, but it still hurts like hell. Here, take this bandage. These are great for patching yourself up between fights. So they want us to slot that bandage. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up our inventory here. The bandages will be over here in our inventory. And then we're going to pull up our spell book and drag that over to the Alt-1 slot. And now as we're playing, we'll be able to just hit Alt-1 and that will heal us up a bit. Although we're a healer, so I don't know how often we're going to be doing that. All right, calm down. All right. There's a lot worse than wolves out there. I'd keep a few bandages on hand if I were you. I bet you're also feeling hungry now, eh? Welcome back to the world of the living. Now you can bleed and starve like the rest of us. The Tinkers have a fire. Maybe they'll let you use it. So now they want me to talk to Samai Den. And he's going to be down the road here at a Tinker camp. And he's going to teach me how to cook, which is also going to teach me how to craft. Here's a centaur character. There's minotaurs and centaurs and half giants and fae with wings and a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool races. But I subscribe to the old school thought that in a big Zerg fight, you don't want to be the big guy. You want to be the little guy. It's harder to target. It's easier for you to escape notice. So since I'm not playing a tank, I kind of want to, I want to be toward the front, kind of taking damage, but I don't really want to be everybody's focus target. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, looking for a campfire? You're in luck. Everyone is welcome at our fire. We keep a stew going, and you are welcome to share. Talk to Yuri. He'll get you a bowl. And we are hungry. You can see that we have two empty food spots on our bar. So we'll come over here and we'll talk to Yuri. Well met, friend. Looking for a meal? I was just about to add some meat to the stew. Maybe you can help. Use that cooking pot and pick the camp stew recipe. Toss in some meat or whatever else you've found, and then ladle yourself a bowl. Here is some meat to get you started. Use that cooking pot to make yourself a bowl of Tinker Camp stew. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get a good spot over here. And then this brings up the crafting menu. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pick Tinker Camp stew, which we've already got selected. We have some meat in our inventory here that Yuri was nice enough to give us. So we'll put that in there and hit assemble. And then just like that, we're going to make this item and we'll have 10 charges of this stew. And we'll go ahead and eat that now. There we go. That fills up our health bar. And I think it actually has a buff that it gives us, yes. And it increases mounted movement speed, although we don't have a mount yet. But that's coming. That's coming. We're going to go ahead and raise that spirit on up to 80. And let's take a look at our spell book here. I feel like there's something I'm missing. No, we're good. Okay, so ability-wise, I think we want to work our way up to Illuminate. I feel like there's a power I had before that I am missing somewhere in here. I had, or maybe that wasn't till later. We got some racial abilities, but that's all. Yeah, we don't really need to use that. So we'll just stick with Hand of the Gods for now. Okay, so next step is going to be talk to Yuri again. See there? Smells delicious. Not bad, eh? Living off the land ain't easy, but it's possible with the right skills and a few good tools. If you want to learn more about survival, you should talk to the Rangers. I'd be hopeless on my own. You can find the Rangers in that fort to the north. They're better at survival than anyone. And so we're going to go talk to Morrigan, which I imagine is going to be in that fort to the north. So off we go. The Tinker sent you, did he? Alright, we don't turn away folks in need. Killing an animal for meat is fine, but don't waste the carcass. The hunger will drain your warmth before it consumes you. A warm fur might save your life. Take this axe and gather some wood, and I'll show you how to make a skinning knife. So now we got an axe, and what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to equip that into our harvesting tools slot. And now we're going to go out here and we're going to see if there's any trees available. That's not one we can cut. This is. Okay. So there we go. We chop it down, some wood falls out. And now we're going to take this wood, and I guess we're going to make a wooden skinning knife. Then we're going to kill some of these elves. Oh, you've returned. That didn't take long. The wood is perfect. Making a knife is easy. You don't even need a crafting table. Tools can be made anywhere, anytime. Start a new crafting project, pick a recipe, and assemble the resources, just like making camp stew. Use the basic harvesting knife recipe to create a skinning knife. I'll take a look at it once you're done. So, We're going to go into our menu here again. Crafting is the J button, or this top menu item right here. We're going to build a basic harvesting knife, for which we will need a little bit of knotwood in these 3 spots right here. And then we can go ahead and assemble it. So now that we've got that, we can go ahead and equip it. And then we'll talk to Morrigan again.
Ooh.
Back already? That was quick. It's a fine knife, but if I can be frank, you were not brought back to life to merely survive, Crow. The gods brought you back for a reason. You need to find out why. The Vale to the north is a sacred place, a sanctuary dedicated to Dorian, god of the hunt. Dorian, maybe? I don't know. Talk to the druid priestess Shakan. She calls herself Bloodwife to Dorian because she's crazy. You have to be to put your trust in the gods. Alright, so off to the next quest center then. Get out of the way, Minotaur. Now what we can do though is we can loot these elks and cut them up. And this is going to give us leather and meat and all kind of stuff. And we're going to need this stuff for all kinds of reasons. Mr. Liu, or Miss Liu, I apologize. Carol, the way you get into the beta is you go to the Crowfall website, which I think there's not a link to on my channel anywhere, but if you look on my thumbnail, but I think you just Google Crowfall, and what you do is you sign up for the beta, but the only way you're going to get in today is to be a backer. But they are going to, over time, add more and more groups of beta testers. So, I know why you've come, Crow. You seek answers to your past and omens of your future. First, you must make an offering, kill an elk, and skin it. This is a fitting sacrifice to the Lord of the Hunt. Return to me with the hide. I will help you sacrifice it. All right. So I've already done that. So I think we can just go ahead and talk to her again. Excellent, Crow. This will do nicely. Blood and bone from my lord Dorian. You must understand, the gods feed on our worship. That is what gives them power. It is not for us to question their demands. Give first, ask later. Throw your offering into the fire. We shall see if it pleases the son of Gaia. So basically, this is a system where you sacrifice items that you might in other games just sell to a vendor. And I think this gives XP, if I'm correct. So what we're going to do, first off, I'm going to go ahead and buy a couple skill points there. All right, and then we'll get to talents in a second. But I think what I want to do is I want to throw these hides. I'll keep the meat, but I'm not a leather worker. These hides are not going to be a whole lot of good to me anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these hides in as a sacrifice, and we'll see what we get out of it. And we did. We got some XP for that, right? So that's what they're teaching us here is you know, if you need XP more than money, instead of selling that stuff, come sacrifice it to the gods, and you can level faster. And leveling is already pretty fast in this game, so that's really going to make it easy for you to play multiple character classes and multiple kinds of fighting styles. So it is done. Now we shall look into the smoke and see what the future holds. Your blessing has been accepted, Crow. Dorian, god of the hunt, is pleased. Dorian is one of the younger gods and born of the earth. We had 12 gods in total, 4 of the earth, 4 of the sun, and 4 of the moon. Now we have 11, for Gaia is dead. If you wish to learn of her death, her statue lies just beyond that abandoned village. Ask the Tinkers to show you the way. We are so close to 5th level. You know what? Are there any... No. Hey, here we go. Here's some elk. I like the thrown hammers. That's pretty cool. Alright, and then we're going to cut this baby up and get ourselves some more stuff. Because we're certainly going to need meat to eat on, right? Alright, let's do that one more time. So what we're doing is we're starting with something that holds them in place so they can't even come fight me, right? That's what we want to... Like this guy, we won't... This one right here, we won't do that. And you'll see that what he'll do is charge over here and smack me in the face. Alright, so then we're going to loot them and we're going to cut them up. Get that meat, we're gonna get that leather, we're gonna sacrifice a lot of it for XP, I imagine. Oh, gotta loot it first. What do we got here? A wild onion. What did he like have it in his mouth? While I was killing him, was he holding a wild onion in his mouth? That's weird. I hope I didn't dig it out of his stomach. I mean, that's gross. All right, we're out of stamina. Give it a minute. There we go. And now we can get back onto our questing. So let's see here. We got we're gonna round that out to a nice even number. And put the rest into spirit. Talent wise, we got consecrated armor, which does anti-critical strike, or but we're gonna plan on not getting hit as much as possible. So we're gonna raise empathy here, which raises crit healing chance. And that will open up the ability to buy illuminate. We'll grab that as well. And then we're gonna need something to get us, we can get 10 wounds. This is probably gonna be a good one to have. So this heals the target you're on plus you for 18 points plus over time. And then, or we can get that or Flash of Light. What does Flash of Light do? I guess it's a mystery. There we go. Alright, so it does damage. So we're going to focus more on healing than damage. So I'm going to pick up 10 wounds. And that'll be a new ability for us. And then I'm not in a huge rush to get that. So let's back up and get some more empathy with this last point. Alright, so now we have a straight up heal to add to our repertoire. In fact, we got a couple things we added here. Hold on, what's the second thing? That's probably illuminate, right? Okay, let's actually swap these. Let's put 10 wounds in number 2, and we'll put illuminate in number 3. Okay, and then we're gonna go see the Tinkers and get on with this. The Sanctuary of Gaia. Sure, you can see her statue from here. It's just beyond that village to the west. Be careful though, an Underhill raiding party is using the village as a camp. They're treacherous little bastards and they hunt in packs. Tread lightly. So wait, she said west. We want to follow the question mark. And there's the Underhills that she's talking about. And I think this is going to be like an antagonistic clan of those Ganetians, the for want of a better word, the hamster race. I don't know. So real quick though, what we're going to do. Oop, yeah, we can see these guys getting it on. Real quick, I am going to check a few things. I'm going to pull up OBS real fast. And I'm going to blind you. Because we're going to get a little bit swifty before we do this. And we're back. Okay, so pull that back up. Back to the game. Off we go. So let's go do some fighting on the way to where we need to go so that we can just keep gaining levels. And I think there's going to be a lot to fight between here and there. We're going to try to keep... I hope we're going to get some good loot. We're going to actually get some gold. We'll get some coin of the realm. That's what I'm talking about. Now, what I'm worried about is these elites. I don't know that I want to mess with elites. I don't know how hard they'll be. Oh! Alright, we'll keep an eye on our health because we actually have a heal spell now. Yeah, a little wood and some more coin of the realm. That's what I like to see. Okay, I can see already they need a loot all button. Oh, hey, who's hitting me? These mobs are a level above me. Okay, so that's regenerating mana. Gotcha. You can help me kill it, Muffin, but that's my kill. Heal that guy as a thank you for helping me out. He didn't much need it, but why not? We want to get in the habit. So hello if you're just joining us. My name is Vac, and normally I am a Marvel Strike Force streamer, but today we are streaming day 1 of the Crowfall Beta. So this is the guy we came to talk to. His name is Gaius. Greetings, I'm Gaius, the lamplighter. I serve the gods by tending this brazier. It is my sacred duty to keep this sacrificial fire burning. These statues were markers for the faithful. Mortals could come to this statue to pray, to read the Holy Scroll and make sacrifices to the gods. This scroll speaks of Gaia. You will have to seek out the other statues to learn more. Perhaps the Sentinel can tell you which statues remain. You need not run back through the village. Crows have the power to recall to the Earth Temple. So what he's basically doing is teaching me about, here's the scroll he's talking about. I don't seem to be able to do much with it. And here's another one of these sacrificial fires. Let's see if there's anything we might want to throw in there, right? Some food ingredients. We might keep food and cooking stuff, right? We might do that. Cocoa beans, wild onions. But we know we don't need hide, right? We know we don't need that because we're not a leather worker. We probably will need it down the road, but it's going to be easy to replace. And let's go ahead and throw that oak wood in there. And we'll see what's going to be easy to replace. The elk tail. We don't need no elk tail. And look at this, man. We got some elk meat, kebab. So we're pretty good on food right now. So let's go ahead and throw that elk meat in there as well. That gives us 33 XP. We get to see ahead of time what this is giving us. And in fact, we're going to keep that oak wood. We're gonna take that out of there because it's only worth 2 XP. So now this is going to give us, and it's showing us down here that we're going to jump this far. We're not going to quite get to 6, but it's going to get us a good way there. So we're going to confirm that, give ourselves some more XP, and then we're going to do as Gaius suggested. We're going to hit Alt-P and recall back to the Earth Temple. And here we are. Dilbo Dabkins. That guy is a content creator. I've seen one of his videos. Alright, so we're coming back to talk to the Sentinel of the Earth. That's going to get us to 6th level. You have learned of Gaia and Dorian, the Earth Mother and her son. You begin to recover the knowledge you have lost. Now you must learn of Kronos, Lord of time and space. Among the gods he is powerful, but enigmatic. His statue is not far. Seek out the Stoneborn ruins to the south of the Tinker camp. And so there we go. We got our quest. We're a little bit hungry, right? We're getting there at least. So we're going to, real quick, eat some of this food. Alright, what we need to do is, also I got some talents to spend. So let's go with, kind of want to build up to that shield block as quick as I can. Let's see if we can get there. We'll go ahead and get that discipline slot. And then we need to spend 7 total points. So what we need to do is maybe pick up empathy. And then maybe that'll get us there. That will. No, it won't. No, it won't. So we'll have to pick up the either. I don't think we need the damaging ability, and I'm not really all that stoked on consecrate armor. So let's go ahead and pick up this minor discipline spot, which we got nothing to put in it right now, but it'll be nice to have it open. And then the next level we can pick up shield block. Now shield block is gonna basically replace that dodge roll right there, but we're not really using that a whole lot. One sec. All right. Da bastard. Okay, so we're looking for some Stoneborn ruins, south from here. There's the guy we're looking for. Greetings, Wanderer. I am Durgan of the Stoneborn, servant of Gaia. My brothers and I are searching this ruin for our lost and fallen. This ruin is ancient, but it is not sacred to us. You may enter if you choose, but be wary of the guardians. They are malfunctioning. The statue of Kronos? Aye, it lies in the belly of this chasm. Seek my brother, Hearn the Archivist. You can find him near the statue. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of fighting on the way down to Hearn, if I remember how this went in the alpha. But we're armed with our new spells. I don't think we have any gear upgrades as of yet, but we got plenty of food. We've been building up, we're up to 213 gold coins. And honestly, I have some skill points that I could spend right now, but I'm a little, I don't know if I can respec those, so I'm a little hesitant. Looks like everybody's cleared most of this, most of these monsters in here. I was getting accosted trying to get in here on the alpha. But we're getting most of our XP from either quests or from there's some guys hiding in the back, or from sacrifices. Durgan sent you. I am Hearn, the Archivist. I study the language of the Holy Scrolls, which my brothers call the God Tongue. From chasms such as these, my brothers and I once tended Gaia's blood, the molten stone that warmed our world from within. Our Earth Mother is gone, her body grows cold, and our world dies. But some small power remains. Read the scroll, read the holy scroll on that pedestal, and receive the blessing of Kronos. You will see. So that's what we're going to do. For I saw the world torn asunder, like a clay dish dropped on a hard stone floor. Her stone sons were wailing, thick mire tears trailing from marble eyes into mud-slick tangles of branch and root. And the molten stone beneath our earth was turned cold and dark, for the Earth Mother's blood was cooling, and the land and the goddess are one. With a shattering crack, the sky tore open, and the heavens began to weep. I called on the gods for solace, but they did not answer, for they were as afraid as I. Through the tear I could feel this arrival, a tear, I suppose. I could feel this arrival, a figure without form, a face without eyes. Kronos, brother of the All-Father, eldest of the gods, the one they call the Watcher, had come to witness the death of our world. Alright, and that gave us a buff for 1 hour called the Power of Kronos. So then we're going to go back here and talk to Hearn. Ah, I can see it in your eyes. You receive the blessing. See, the gods have a plan for you. It is as I told you. The gods are weakened, but they are not powerless. Not yet. I have given you knowledge. Perhaps you can return the favor. I have compiled a list of our lost brethren, but I am loath to return to the temple with my research incomplete. When next you return to the temple, would you ferry this list to Uthgar the banker? He will reward you for your effort. And I didn't get the chance to say no, but yeah, we'll be glad to do it. We'll be glad to do it. So that'll be the next thing on our list. Let's see, do I got anything here that I'd like to kill some of these mobs. I haven't got a chance to kill any of these monsters. This damn Minotaur's killing them all. Hey, here we go. Not really any loot. What is that thing? What the fuck does that do? There's some more stuff down here. Elemental. Oh, I don't think we want to mess with elites. We're solo. If I had Red Taw here, maybe, but. So I guess what we want to do here is we want to recall back to the temple and go talk to that banker. So anyway, hello there if you're just joining us. My name is Vac, and you might know me as a Marvel Strike Force streamer, but tonight we're checking out the first day of the Crowfall Beta. So anyway, let's recall back to the temple and start get these quests going, huh? All right. Angry Dad. What's up, Angry Dad? So now we want to go see the banker. This is not a fast character and probably never will be. Stumpy leg little bastard that he is. But I love dwarfs, and we're going to get a mount at some point before very long here in the quest line. Now, it's beta, and they don't have all the mounts ready to go yet. And what that means is you can have a mount, you can mount up and get the speed buff. Just like that guy Wheels running through, he's almost certainly on a mount. But they don't have the graphics put in yet, so the mount system works, but you don't see the mounts. Which probably, I bet the Centaur guys don't care. This is not the bank. I thought this was the bank. Now you'll see there are places here that we can purchase goods and get ourselves some armor, some new shields, etc. And they're really not that expensive. We have 230 gold, which is not enough to buy this best piece of gear, but would get us an intermediate tunic and maybe even a new shield on top of that. But I don't know what we're going to just find either. Still. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's buy that, and let's buy that. So we'll put ourselves into a position where we've got some actual armor on now, and we'll get a better looking shield. And that's just basically like a little kilt that we put on, right? That's not a lot of armor protection there, but it's better than nothing. So the banker we're looking for is down in here. Captain Acorn, cute name. Ah, here he is, here he is. Another Stoneborn, Uthgar the Banker. Ah, list of my fallen brothers. Hearn gave you this. We Stoneborn were scattered in the shattering when our mother Gaia died. Many were lost, but we will find them. Which is weird for him to say because I'm Stoneborn, but whatever. Thank you for this list. I will store it in the vault for safekeeping. Ah, are you not familiar? It is the Vault of Kronos, of course. A location beyond space and time. Focus on the chest behind me, and it will open for you. So this is a place where you can store gear, and it will be where you can pick it up from world to world, from character to character. It is a shared account vault, right? Just like it says in the top left here, right? So if I wanted to, I could be like, well, I don't need these pine nuts right now. I don't need the seasoning salt. I might need it later. I don't need the oak wood at this very moment, nor do I need these cocoa beans. And this wild onion. That's all stuff I might cook with later, but for right now, I'm good. And I've got 20 of these elf meat kebabs. So we're going to go ahead and put 10 of them in there as well. And then if I wanted to, I could start a new character right now, go to the bank, and be able to retrieve every bit of that. Because basically when you go from world to world, campaign to campaign, you have to build a new character, right? Like these vessels, what is all these noises? These vessels that you incarnate into, they can't go from world to world pretty much, right? You got to build a new one for every world you go into. And they're even like there's even, I believe, an equipment spot for a vessel on one of these where you can, you can upgrade your body, in fact. Might be over here. One of these. I'm not familiar enough with the game yet, but we're getting there. So anyway, let's go ahead and add a little more spirit. And let's see what kind of talent points we've got. We're good. Okay, so. Talking to Uthgar again. This is the gift of Kronos. A way to keep things safe in an unsafe world. This vault is now yours to access, Crow. Use it to store your treasures, secure in the knowledge that they will never be lost or stolen. Go and tell the Sentinel, oldest of us, that you have done us a kindness. Tell him that you have read the Book of Time and wish to learn more of the gods. So let's do that. Oh my god, look at this centaur outrunning me. So he said this is the oldest Stoneborn. He's a big one. He's a big one. You read from the Book of Kronos? Good, you are learning quickly. Not a simple thing to die and be reborn. The language of the gods is the language of creation. Each symbol has the power to create or to change. I will send you to someone who can show you. She lives to the south, beyond the canyon. The way is difficult. Find my stable master and tell him that you need to reach Varina quickly. So now we're going to the stable master. He's down here by the city gates. Right over here. The Sentinel sent you, did he? Big fella made of rocks and roots? Sure, I can help you get to Varina. These here ain't normal horses, no sir. The magic that brings the Stoneborn to life can be used to make creatures too. This little statue is a mount figurine. Equip it and I'll show you how to use it. So, here's the mount. Our mount's going to be a pack pig mount figurine, and I wish they had the model in the game so that I could see this, because the idea of riding a pack pig around sounds pretty hilarious. But we're going to go ahead and equip that. We did get a level, so we've got some more spirit to put in, and I think we've got some talent points that we can spend now, which means that we can pick up shield block. Fantastic. And I'm really unsure where to go from there, so I'm just going to chill on that for the moment. And I think that should probably be enough to get us through this early section of the game. So looking at my spell book, I'm going to pull up shield block here, and I'm going to replace my dodge roll with shield block. So now instead of dodging out of the way of things, which used to be my right button on my mouse, now instead we can shield block. And just absorb damage. And, oh yeah, I gotta go back to talk to him. It says this is not going to be a very mobile character. shield block is probably going to be the better way to go. And then also, since he's a cleric, shield block will also, it reduces damage, prevents crowd control effects, and there's a thing that I can pick up not long after this that will make it heal me as well when I take damage. So it's going to be a good damage mitigation factor. And what's cool about this game is there are physics, right? Positioning matters. So if I were to be running around with a caster character and an enemy caster throws a fireball at them, if I step in between them, I can take the damage of that fireball. So positioning is going to matter. Body tanking is going to be the order of the day here. It's not going to be taunt tanking at all. So anyway, nicely done. Look at you, all ready to go. Equipping that figurine gave you a new power, see? Use that power to summon your mount and move faster out of combat. Careful though, those mounts are made for travel, not combat. If you get into a scrap, the enchantment wears off. Your mount will disappear until you find a safe place to resummon. So like I said, we're not going to be able to see the model on this mount, but it will work, which is really the big thing, right? And sure enough, that works. We're moving pretty quick now. So, not so hard, is it? You simply focus and the mount appears. Now that you have your mount summoned, you should reach Verena in no time. Who, Verena? Oh, she's a crow like yourself. She collects runestones. Guess she's kind of an expert on the god tongue. You can find her to the southeast near the statue of Zelina. Follow the road that leads through the Scartooth War Camp. Scartooth War Camp? That sounds interesting. Okay, so we'll summon that mount. Nope. I think I just unsummoned it. Here we go. Alright, now we'll get on the road. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Man, we're much faster now. No doubt about it. We are much faster. Oh, nothing much, Joshua. We're just been going through quests and, checking out the game. We're up to level 7. We got shield block. We're heading down to the next questing area. We're going to hop off our mount here. Who's shooting me from where? I'm not sure this goes where I want to go. So we're going to bug out. I'm going to use my ultimate here. And that should heal me up. So we're going to go out of this place and go across the top. Which is what I did last time. And I was thinking maybe we'd find some good fights going through here, but this is miserable. those up. There we go. There we go. Alright. That way's dangerous. So this is a good place for us to use our bandages. There we go. So let's mount back up. Get the hell out of here. Those Minotaurs look pretty cool. Get ourselves some more wood. Even if we don't need it, we could probably use it to get some XP with. Beautiful. The new armor is helping. We really need a weapon. Need a new weapon. These little dusts that we're picking up, these are crafting gear. That's it's for crafting stuff later. Well, probably what we're going to do is I have a second account that I'm going to use as a dedicated crafting account, and we'll be transferring all that over to them. So now we're back on our mounted pig, although we don't have the model up for it, you know. We'll chill on any fighting until we regenerate some more health. Knock down some trees while we're here, though. Ooh, got an apple. Speaking of which, we're kind of hungry. Eat an apple now. Or two. Or four. There we go. So hello there, if you're just joining us, my name is Vac, and we're playing, normally we'd be playing Marvel Strike Force, but now we're playing day one of the Crowfall Beta. Because if you know me, and you didn't just come here looking for some Crowfall action, then you know that I've been playing Marvel Strike Force for 2 years, but I have always been a PvP MMO player at my core. And this looks to be the most promising new game of that genre in a long time. So we're going to check out this beta and see what we think of it. And you're welcome to come check it out with me. So let's see, we're going to try to get to this quest giver over here. Some little structures there. The Zelina statue, that's what we're looking for. And here's the person we want to talk to. You're a crow too, eh? Hell of a thing to come back from the dead. Can't say I love it. So what I've found here are runestones, symbols of power carved into the obsidian gemstones. Hold it until it crumbles and it changes you. Grants you a memory, power, or skill. We call them discipline runes. Those Scartooth elite warriors seem to have found a cache of them somewhere. The way I see it, they're ours for the taking. Kill the satyr and collect smoldering hatred disciplines. Okay. We can do that. Getting thirsty though. Getting late too. So we want to jump up in here and find ourselves some satyr warriors to kill. That guy's already on that one. Hey. Don't mind stopping and getting a little wood while I'm here. Damn, all these trees can go down. If I can't kill satyrs, I can kill trees. Here's some satyrs. Ooh. Little gold. Love it. Was that what we were looking to get? I don't think it was. Man, there are just players everywhere. So in the absence of red names to fight, we'll just keep chopping trees down till we see some. Because this is giving us XP as well, which I think a lot of people are overlooking. It's also wearing out my axe. Alright. But we'll just build another one when we can. I think I beat him to it. I did. So that's level 8. I think there's a specific item we're trying to get here. Hey, there's a hammer. That's what I'm talking about. That should hopefully up our damage a little bit. Absolutely does, more than doubles it. Fantastic, man. I think we might have got what we needed. We did. Not my kill. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong here. I am wrong. Alright, so let's take a look at our quest log here. What are we looking for? Kill Satyr and collect smoldering hatred discipline. Okay. I got this pretty quickly last time I did it. But not today, and that's fine. A little more killing does not hurt me. Look at that, there's wolves over here. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. We got I'm just gonna hang on to those because I have no idea what I'm doing with that yet. I need to, there's a build I need to look up on the forums. I got an idea of what I like, but I want to confer with some more experienced cleric players. Here's somebody. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so I don't think that was my kill, but just to be sure, okay. Oh, you found a runestone. See, I told you those grave robbers have found hundreds of them. Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm kind of busy here. If you don't mind, would you go back and tell the Sentinel to stop sending people to find me? I prefer to work alone. So we're going to go back to the Sentinel of Earth. So what that means is, first off, we're going to go equip we found a couple of, we're going to minor discipline, 2 minor disciplines, and smoldering hatred, also a minor discipline. And we have 1 exploration and 1 minor spot open, so we can only pick one of these. So let's see what we got here. Spawns a buff orb or a health orb on damaging enemies. Activates Thorn Shield. So the passive, the first one is passive. This is an active ability that gives me a Thorn Shield. And then the last one is Prickly Skin, passive that increases bonus thorn. So we're not really interested in that at all. So let's go with the Smoldering Hatred. That's the one that they set us up for. That's the one. So we'll slot that into our discipline slots. And there we go. There we go. Let's see if there's anything I'd like to sacrifice for some XP while we're here. I could definitely throw my old hammer in there. He doesn't even want it. He's like, I don't want that trash. So that's worth a good bit of XP. Let's sacrifice that. We're going to hang on to these disciplines. They may be a little... Alright, we're definitely going to... The lore items, there's nothing else we can do with them, really. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to throw those lore items in there. Potatoes. Potatoes! Boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. Potatoes. All right, we're going to keep the potatoes. Wood isn't worth a whole lot. Ooh, yeah, we're definitely sacrificing those. And there we go. So that's going to get us the better part of half a level here. And I bet when we go talk to the next guy, that's going to get us to 9. So... let's recall back. We're not going to bother riding our pig all the way back. All right, new Dregs campaign starts tomorrow. Now the Dregs, as I understand it, I've never played it, but the Dregs campaign that they're talking about here is a persistent PvP zone that is kind of a free-for-all, right? The campaigns are like you pick a faction, and there are 3 factions, and you fight over land and glory. But the Dregs, excuse me, is a place where it's basically a free-for-all. It's like guild versus guild, and your guild can take over land there, can acquire resources, what have you. I don't think it's a place I'm going to want to run off to by myself, but you never know. I might want to go there and farm resources at some point. But as this beta goes along, I'm sure that more and more of my guild mates are going to join me here. So let's go talk to the Sentinel of Earth. You show great promise. The memories are coming back quickly. It is time to learn more. Use the rune gate to the south and seek out the Sentinel of the Sun, or Sentinel of the Sun Temple. Be wary. Every world you visit will bring you closer to the hunger. And that's like an evil force that's devouring worlds. All right. So what that's going to mean is we're going to need to go back through these portals over here and go on to the next section of the area of the beginning game map, right? Here's the map, by the way. Earth Temple being where we are, that's the direction we're facing. You know, we went to the Zelina statue, that's where we just were. All right, some system messages popping up. So the next level, what's up, Nate? The next area of this starts at level 12. So I want to probably go out and farm some resources and get some more levels through killing and sacrificing before I go there. And I think I'd like to wait until I can go with some of my compatriots as well. But that was a pretty good first run, I think, through this Crowfall Beta. And I want to thank, I know Nate, you just got here, I'm sorry buddy, but I think that's pretty much going to be the conclusion of this first session. I'm liking it. This is really up my alley, but this questing shit is not what I'm into, right? This is just how we level and learn the game. What I'm really looking forward to seeing, and what's going to really determine whether I decide to play this game, is how is the PvP, because that's what it's going to be all about here. So we'll look into that a little more as time goes on. I agree, Joshua. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. So we'll keep working on this little dwarf, and we'll also develop a damage character of some sort to play as well, so that we have some flexibility in whatever our group needs. And since it's so quick to level, that's what we're going to do. But for now, we're going to stick with the cleric, and we'll get back on him at some point tomorrow. Thank you, everybody who's been riding along live with me here tonight. I appreciate your interest. My name is Vac. We're playing Crowfall. And we'll probably be back tomorrow with a little bit of Marvel Strike Force and another run through this Crowfall beta. So thank you guys for coming. Until I see you again, be cool. Keep gaming. I'm Vac, and